How to live in the vibration of your ultimate sexual expression. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. And welcome to today's video, where what I'd like to do is to look at how to connect with the core of who you are when living your ultimate sexual expression. So good morning, everybody, if you're watching live. Hi, guys. And of course, on the replay. So when you think about the core of who you are, type in the comment section, who is that? So who is the core of who you are? When you think of the definition of a core, what conjures up? Who is the core of who you are? And how do we identify the core of who we are? Type in the comment section below. So who is the core of who you are? Who is the core of Connie? Do you know who the core of Connie is? Type that in the comment section below. Good morning. All right. So today I'd like to look at a sort of a model that was proposed by the Spirit Science institution, let's call it that. And they talk about how we are almost like an onion layer of complexities. Now, of course, I'm paraphrasing this into Connieisms, because I always talk about this idea of who we are as onion layers. Yes, the core of Connie is freedom, that's right. So who we are is an onion layer of many different complexities. So what I want to do today is I want to add a little bit, I want us to go a little bit deeper into who we are as a person. And now you're definitely going to need your journal. You're definitely going to need a pen, because we are going to be looking at going deeper. All right, so who is the core? There are 6 onion layers to who we are and how we perceive ourselves. So we've all heard, and Louise Hay talks about this a lot, like everyone is a reflection of parts of you that you may or may not yet have integrated. Everyone is a reflection of parts of you that you may or may not have integrated. Okay? So this is really the gift that people give us. So whenever people in your life are irritating you, whenever people in your life are making you feel uncomfortable, today my invitation is to look at which core, which layer, which part of you is being activated, is being stimulated. So let's have a look at what those 6 layers are. Now, in the middle, in the very, very middle, we have the core self. We have your core self. We have your spirit. We have your essence. For me, this is the core vibration of who you are. And as you know, this core vibration is freedom. This is who we are. This is the knowing. I often talk about how we have head knowledge, we have heart knowledge, and we have soul knowledge. We have thinking, feeling, and knowing. So, who are you at this level? Write it in the comment section below. If you don't know who you are in this level, I would encourage you, send me a PM, send me a private message. I mean, it's important that we get to this. It's important that we uncover this, because this is the vibration, your truth. This is what keeps you on the center stage of your life. If you know this, then you are not in a cage. If you are living this, then you are not in a cage. So, this is who we truly are at a core level. Then the next layer of who we are is called the animal sub-self. Now, when you think of an animal, you think of instinct. You think of all the different parts of us that are difficult to control. And we think that we need to control these animal instincts, these animal urges. I often talk about how it's not about the feeling, it's not about the reaction, it's about how we choose to relate to that reaction. Now, we can't control our reactions because they are the animal sub-self, the instincts, the fight or flight response. So you all know when you are in this space, or if you don't know, I'm encouraging you to bring it into awareness of when you don't know this part of you. It's when you can't control yourself. It's when you react in anger. It's when you react in, you run away. It's when it's those parts of you that you can't control. And here's the freedom, guys. You don't need to control this part of you. Isn't that beautiful? Because when you feel like you don't need to control it, it's almost like it's that human part of you. Then there's freedom in that. So we don't need to control it. It's the part of our brain that really is that reactive part. So now we have the conscious mind. And a lot of the work that I do with you is here in the conscious realm. It's the belief systems of who we are. Here is the knowing, here is the thinking. So this aspect, the conscious mind, is really where all the belief systems that you have created about yourself are found. And this is the maze, this is the complexity. Often what we do is we get caught up in the conscious mind, in the maze of the different belief systems that we have, of who we should be. These are all the different shoulds. And when we're living here, it's really hard for us to live in freedom. It's hard for us to live and experience our ultimate sexual expression because we're all in the complexities and the tangled web. Oh, what a tangled web we weave. Who said that? I can't remember who said that. Type that in the comment section. Was it Shakespeare? Anyway, so this is the maze of all of who we are. So we have the conscious mind, and then the next layer of who we are is the human mind external. The human mind external. And it's what you think others think of you. What you think others think of you. So you're having a conversation with someone, and instinctively you get this feeling that somebody likes you or they don't like you. And this is constantly changing because as you shift and as you evolve and as others shift and as they evolve, some of the non-verbal communication between you changes. I remember one of the amazing women that I have, considered soul sisters in the Global Women family. My relationship with her is constantly changing. How I think she perceives me is constantly changing. So one minute we're sitting and we're connecting at the level of the soul, and I feel like this woman really loves me. And then the next time we're connecting, I'm feeling like I've done something wrong. I feel like, she doesn't like me anymore. And this aspect, when I'm in this aspect, it's very confusing because I feel the way that she thinks of me is constantly changing. And it's all based on new information. And it's a very reactive in its existence. And imagine living in this space where you're constantly reacting to how you think the other person is thinking of you. As new information comes in, this part of you is going to change. So you're good enough, you're not good enough, you're intelligent enough, you've done the right things, you've done the wrong things. It's exhausting to be in this part of you. So this is what's really powerful about being in awareness, is that you can think, where are my thoughts coming from? Where am I living now? Am I living in this human mind external, which is completely confusing? I don't know who I should be in this moment. Very confusing place to be. Then we have the human mind role. Write that down. Human mind role. And my encouragement is that you re-listen to this video over and over again, because this is really powerful. The human mind role. And it's what you want others to think of you. Now this is quite powerful because this is your skin. This is set by the needs of others. What you want others to think of you. It's almost like your branding. It's who are you portraying yourself to be? What is the makeup that you're putting on? What are the clothes that you're putting on? What is the mask? This is truly the mask. It is how you want others to perceive you. Now the question is, what is the filter? How far from here have you come? Are you still vibrating? Is there still that golden thread between all different aspects? We often talk about being observing. The observer is observing the observer, the conscious awareness of the observation. So you can be observing through the filter of this vibration of freedom, which is for me. So, okay, so this is the choice that I'm making. I am choosing to wear this skin, but I am wearing it through the vibration of freedom. Give me a thumbs up if this makes sense to you. Any questions, please feel free to write them in the comments section below. So it's really set by the needs of others. It's set by the needs of society. It's set by what you think other people need of you. So think about where you are in terms of your relationships, in terms of your sexual expression. What is it that you feel you need, that the other person needs of you? And what is the mask that you're putting on in your relationships? This is very, very powerful. And then the last layer, the very, very last layer, this is others' thoughts of you. This is, Spirit Science talks about how you only exist when others are thinking of you. So others' thoughts of you, when others are thinking of you, when the things that people are thinking of you create an energy. And that energy is then picked up by you. So what are the thoughts that other people are having of you? And you exist in their mind via the thoughts that they are having of you. And this is what's quite powerful. But here is the freedom. The question is, how do we live in the vibration of who we are? We all know the yin and the yang sign, don't we? We know the light and we know the darkness. We know the shadow and we know the truth. We have the I'm good enough and the I am not good enough. And all of these different aspects are a part of who you are. So in this situation where you are right now is to ask yourself, is this mask I am good enough, or is it I am not good enough? Is this mask, let's say for example, freedom or lack of freedom? What is it that aspect, all of those different onion layers, all of the different layers of who you are, what aspect, what core belief? There's only two core beliefs. I am good enough or I'm not good enough. And in those thoughts, in those feelings, in those knowing, what is underneath all of it? What is the core value of all of it? And how do we live in freedom is by simply asking yourself the question, do I prefer freedom or do I prefer being trapped? And then the question is after this, and this is what's powerful. I was having a beautiful conversation with my friend Mary Paccard. And we've been talking a lot about 100% honesty. And what does that look like? To be 100% honest. If you are being 100% honest, what does that look like? How honest are you truly? So where does honesty exist? Does honesty exist in the core value, in the core aspect of you? Or does honesty exist in the expression of all of the different layers? I'm not talking about the reaction. Yes, your reaction is honest. It's 100% honest. You are reacting in this animal aspect of who you are. I am 100% honest in the choice of the mask that I am putting on. You see, the human us is a range of different expressions of layers. And being 100% honest is about feeling safe enough, feeling so confident and committed and connected to this core of who you are, that you know that no matter what layer the human you is existing in, you are still that person. And it doesn't matter what other people are thinking of you, even if they are thinking or not thinking of you, who you are is still the same. Who you are is still that core of freedom, which is why I say to you, if you don't know what that is, I'm encouraging you to connect with me, because that is so vitally important. And it's being 100% honest about what it is that you need right now. And this is where we're living in a cage, is where we're not being 100% authentic. So in tomorrow's video, what I'm going to do is continue looking at how we can live from this space. And we're going to look at some concepts from the Heart Math Institute about the heart vibrating at that frequency, and how you can live in this in your everyday life, no matter where you are in all of these different layers. So the willingness within me to live in 100% vulnerability and honesty greets the willingness within you to do the same. Namaste, my beautiful souls. Any questions, write in the comments section below, and I will see you day 3, video 3 of living the vibration of your ultimate sexual expression. See you soon. Bye.